again, we're back for number 2, Killer Chess Sudoku. Same thing, link to the YouTube's in the description, also the link here, but pretty straightforward. The number 2 link. Today's Killer Chess Sudoku. 3 rules, anti-king, so cells separated by the king's move can't have the same digit. Same thing with anti-knight, so cells separated by a knight's move can't have the same digit. And then killer cages, pretty simple. The number at the top left sums. So basically this sums to 12, so this has to sum to 9. This 1 means a 1 can't go in any king's move, so it can't, well, it's in the box. Let's say this is a 1. Nope, let's make it a, nope. A few of the rules. Let's say that's a 3. A 3 can no longer go in there by king's move. By knight, I don't know if most of you have played chess. Basically, a knight is 2 forward and 1 across, or the other way around. So it ends up, so 2 forward, 1 across, can't go there. 2 forward, 1 across, can't go there. Basically pretty simple. So that 3 means there can't be a 3 in any of this hashtag kind of shape, which is pretty, I know, very restrictive, as well as obviously the normal Sudokus. So quite limits quite a lot of the board. But here we go. First thing I noticed, I mean that's not a 3, that's a 1-3 to get that to sum to 6. To get to 24 using 3 digits, I think that has to be a 7, 9. 7, 9 is 16 plus 8 is 24. Sums to 7. I mean, I guess that tells us this is a 4-6 as well. That sums to 5. And it can't have a 3. So that has to be a 1-4. Which means that's a 6. Obviously, because normal Sudoku and then knight's move with that 3 being there. So 3 can't go in either. Which means if we had a 3, we would need a 2. And we can't have a 3. So 2 is not viable. So it has to be 1-4. Obviously that 4 makes that a 6, makes that a 4. 4's digits in these spots are super restrictive from what I remember. Because a 4 can't go in any of those now. So that's be a 4 at the bottom. So I'm guessing that's the same thing with the 6. Yep, so there's a 6 at the top. This 1 and 3 will have, and 7 and 9 will have the same principles. This 6 at the top will help restrict this 8. So this needs to add to 7. So we can either do 2-5 or 3-4. 2-5 or 3-4 up here. This now needs to add to 13, and to get 13 we could either do 9 and 4, which we can't do. We can do 8 and 5, which is still possible, or 6 and 7, which is not possible. So that has to be 8-5. And that's a 5 there because of this. This now needs to sum to, what did we say, 9. So to sum to 9 we can either use 4-5, which is still viable, through 6 which we can't, 2-7 we can, 1-8 we can. Let me just not write all that in. 7, this sums to 9 as well. Not helpful. This sums to 11. Maybe a bit more helpful. A 3-8 or a 4-7. We can't do 5-6 because of this. And 8 can't go there. Likewise 8 can't go there. 7. And 2 can't go in any of these cells. Okay, this 6. still go anywhere there. Four in this bottom row. Okay, now has to go up here. Because we know there's a 4 there. That means 4s can't go here. That means it can't go there, which means we have to have a 4 in here. And that's summed to 11, so we have to remove the 3, 8. That is now 4, 7. Which means that is the 9, and that is the 7 in there. Okay, 7, 7. Cool. That works for me. I mean, it does mean we can't have a 4 up here. What is this trying to get to? It's trying to get to 9. And we can't have a 7 either. So to get to 9, we could either be 1, 8, which we can still be. We can be 2, 7, which we can't. We can be 3, 6, which we can be. And we could be 4, 5, which we can't be. Threes. 8s. 9. Yeah, 9s are super restricting this cell. The 7. I mean, we know 7s can't go there now. This sums to 6. And this sums to 7. I guess that can't be a 4. Because that can't be the 3. I guess that can't be a 3. Because that's a 3. Those can't be a 3. That can't be a 3. And there's now no longer a 3 can go in here. The 1 now has to have found its way down here. Means that can't be a 3. 3 to get to 7 it's a 4, so that's 2, 5 at the top. Which means this can't be this or this, which means it's 1, 8. Okay, now from here, I mean that can't be a 1. To get to 9 that would have to be an 8, which it can't be. Okay, so whatever digit's there has to go there. And likewise, whatever digit there has to go there. So that's the same digit, and that's the same digit. And we know pink can't be 3. Or it can't be 9. Right, so I guess whatever number goes there also has to go there. Like that, and whatever number goes there has to. Oh no, it doesn't have to go there. It could still go about here. But whatever number's there has to go there. Yes. Whatever number's there has to go there. Which means these are the same set of 4 numbers. Which means whatever's there has to go there, whatever's there has to go there, whatever's there has to go there, whatever's there has to go there. Yeah, okay. Which means that these 4 digits are the same. So in this row, we still need a 1 and an 8 to fit in. And that's obviously now the 8, and that's the 1. Now, does that help me with anything? The 8 blocks off those guys nicely. The 8 has to go in here, which means it has to be. Ooh. Now that doesn't work. Let's go undo that, and hopefully our logic finds its way back. Okay. If that was a 3, none of this could be a 3. Except for that has to be the 1. Cool. I'm happy with that, and I'm happy where we are now. This digit. This is King's move. This is same box. So whatever goes here, or I guess could go out here. Yeah, okay, that's why it didn't work. So basically we just proved that that's not 1 8 on the outside. That can't be a 1. So I think we could just prove that this can be, we know this number. So whatever goes here can't end up going there. Well, it's one of them. So one of these is the 8. It has to be, because they both can't be not the 1 and the 8. So one of these has to be the 8 by that logic. Meaning the 8 has to also go down here somewhere. I mean, I'm not 100% confident on that 8, but we'll see. The 5. The 4. Be nice to get stuff in this big hashtag, because once we get numbers in there, it's gonna fall apart super quickly. The 3 can't go anywhere there. I guess this 4 and this middle row can't go anywhere there. At the minimum. I guess it also can't go there. Because that 4 eliminates these 3, and no matter which one, it's either kings or knights. That has to be a 4 in there. And if that's a 4, that's a 4. Does this do anything for us? That would make that a 4. Would make that a 4. Would make that a 4. And then either of those can be 4s. But do you reckon there's this little pattern going on with those 4s maybe? So it could go like that, or it goes, it could kind of pattern be going the other way as well. Yeah, who knows? I mean, so I guess this same principle applies. Whether the 5 or the 8 goes here. If the 5 is in one of those two, I mean, it's in the same box and it can't go there. That 5 means it can't go there. So there is a 5 up here, which now means there's a 5 in the middle. But 8s, we can only rule out that. The 6. The 6 has to be here somewhere, because that's kings and it can't go there. And then it has to go here in this second row, because it can't go there. 6 and can go anywhere there. No matter where the 6 goes there, it can't go down here. And this needs to sum to 9. Right, so that's a 3, that can be a 6. So that can't be a 3 no more. An 8, that means it has to be a 1. I'm not liking how we got there, but let's give it another try. The possible combinations of 9 we can do. It can be 1 and 8. And it can be 2, 7. It can't be 2, 7. It can be 3, 6. It can't be 4, 5. That can't be a 1, which means that can't be an 8. Now with our 6 logic, neither of those can be a 6. So it can't be the 3, 6 pair, which means it's the 8, 1 pair. Which means there's an 8 down here. This 1 means that 1 rules out there. There's a 1 there. That means there's a 1 there. There's 1 there. That's about as far as we get, I think. With the 1, the 8 can't go there. So that can't be the 8, so that's the 5. I think this puzzle is just going to fold. That can't be a 5, so that's be 2. The 8. So the 8 just has to go up there, which means the 8 can't go there. Yeah, I guess, okay, so 1 has to go there, because it can't go, because there's already 1 there, so it can't go anywhere there. That's kings, that's knights from this one, so that's 1 there. And that means that can't be a 1, so that's the 1. The 4. It's not doing anything for me. We put an 8 in. Does the 8 do anything? No, we've done the 1s. Seven. What about like a 4? If that's a 4, that's a 4. That's a 4 then. That's a 4 then. That's a 4 then. Yeah, that can still be a 4. What if that's a 4? Goes like this. That's the 4, that's the 4, that's the 4. That's a 4, that's a 4. Or it could go like that, so the 4s can still work in either of those spots. Okay, we're back. Got interrupted by the family, so here we go. Now I don't know where I was. So family are good for some things, not as much for others. They've got their downsides. No, but it would have been better if I wasn't interrupted. Let me just say that. 2 has to go over here. 2 can't go there. Where to next is the real question. Okay, say that's the 8. That is also now has to be an 8, which makes that an 8. Which makes that an 8. Ooh, which doesn't work. So if that's an 8, can't go anywhere there. Yeah, so this would be 8s. Make an 8 go there, also make an 8 go there. So basically what we've discovered is we need 8 over here, so that can't be an 8. We need an 8 in this row, this column. Okay, so then 8 in this row. Can't go in this box. Can't go in there. Can't go there, so that's now an 8, which makes that a 4. I mean, that 8 means that can't be an 8, so that's an 8. The 4. Surely we place, yes. And the 4 can't go there, so it has to go up there. Makes that a 4, makes that a 4. And then it's just got the wing. Great. 418, 418, 418, 418. Maybe 418, maybe 418. Oh, is there a pattern as to how the numbers work? 418 followed by a 5. 418 followed by a 5. And that could be a 418 with a 7418. Ah, so maybe this little anti-king, anti-knight has a set order of the digits from left to right. 4185. Let's see where 6 fits in. So it's 2 digits after the 5, 2 digits after the 5. That could be a 5 with the 6 being 2 digits after. That could be a 5 with 2 digits after being 6. 6 2 digits after there. This is probably some wacky rule. The 2 is a digit after the 8 with the 5 in between. So that would be 2. Be 5 2. 5 2. Yeah, I guess it all fits. How much do we trust it though? Yeah, we are going to trust it because I am fairly confident that that's what I would have done. So it goes 4, 1, 8. So that's the 4. So 7, 4, 1, 8. So 7, 4, 1, 8, 7. 7 would go there. And this is 7, 4, 1, 8. And this 7 would be there. 1, 7, 4, 1, 8. 3, 7, 4, 1, 8. 3, 7, 4, 1, 8. 3, 7, 4, 1, 3, 7. 3, 7, 3, 7, 3, 7. 3, 7, 4, 1, 8. 4, 1, 8, 4, 1, 8, 4, 1, 8, 4, 1, 8. 4, 1, 8. 5, 2. 5, 2. 8, 5, 2. 8, 5, 2. 8, 5, 2. 8, 5, 2. 8, 5, 5, 2. 8, 5, 2. 8, 5, 2. 8, 5, 2. 3 before a 7. After a 9 goes 9, 6. 2, 9, 6. 2, 9, 6. 2, 9, 6. 2, 9, 6. 2, 9, 6. 2, 9, 6. 2, 9, 6. 2, 9, 6. 2, 9. Bang. Yeah. Killer chest Sudoku. It's been ages since I've made this one, so I've forgotten that was how it worked. So you didn't catch on. The numbers appear in the same order. So 5, 2, 9, 6, 3, 7, 4, 1, 8. The whole way through the puzzle. So 5, 2, 9, 6, 3, 7, 4, 1, 8. Yeah, so that's the second one. I enjoyed making these, and hopefully you enjoyed solving that. Hopefully you found that little trick, or you knew the little trick beforehand. So whenever you have anti-king and anti-knight, that pattern exists. So if I make another one, anti-king, anti-knight, clock the brain that the numbers left to right appear in the same chronological order, but just shifted around in the rows. But yeah, that's this video done. Number 3 will come out. I hope you're enjoying them. But they do get a bit harder and a bit more fun, in my opinion, with every single one that comes out. So enjoy.